For the next 30 days, I'll be preparing for my first ever half marathon.
Scott, we just kicked off this big 18k. I just feel super locked in. We're only a couple of weeks out now. Feeling real good. Maybe it'll hold the average pace, about 5:15.
Gonna do the ice bath to recover for the week.
Not gonna lie, I'm dying. Everything in my body was telling me, just stay in bed. Like, what you gotta do this for?
It's race day. And I was actually worried at this point that I wasn't gonna finish the race. Now let me just clarify, I'm not doing this straight off the couch. I usually try to keep an active lifestyle and stay consistent with running. But the problem is that I came back from a 2-week Vietnam trip, and let's just say, I probably had one too many banh mi's there. And since I'm having major post-holiday depression, I thought what better way to get over that depression by getting back into the rhythm of training and putting yourself through a grueling 21 kilometers. I've got a specific goal that I want to try and achieve when I'm going to do this half marathon too. I want to try and achieve it in under 2 hours, or more specifically in a 5:20 minute per kilometer pace. I'm no elite runner, but I think it's a decent start to try and achieve that goal. So I'm going to be using Runner to help me get to where I need to get to for this half marathon, and I'm going to try to aim to run about 4 times a week, just because, work-life balance things. So why am I doing this? It's because in the words of Joe Rogan,
difficult things make regular life less difficult.
You need to do hard things. Your life can't be all cushions and roses. You got to put yourself through challenges sometimes to really know who you are, and doing that, you build a resilience in your life to sort of deal with regular life things better. Here's the first challenge of putting yourself through hard things. So I just want to go over a couple of type of runs that I'm going to have to be doing over the next 30 days, which is going to help me get to where I need to get to for the half marathon. So the first type of run, the easy run. So the easy runs, these mainly consist of runs that are at a conversational pace, and it's nothing too exerting on the body. In other words, this is the zone 2 run. So running at the zone 2 heart rate zone is eventually going to build your aerobic capacity and get you running faster for longer distances.
Okay, one done.
The next run is the tempo run. So this type of run helps build endurance and speed, since you're not going to be able to run at fast paces straight off the bat. So faster than your usual pace, but it's not an all-out sprint. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm prepared for this 10k run today. Doesn't make it easy when you've done a whole day's of work too, but that's when you just gotta tell your body, just get up and go do it. An example of this would look like a 10-minute jog, followed by a 20 minutes at a comfortably hard pace, and then back down to another easy jog for another 10 minutes.
Last 400 meters left. Not gonna lie, I'm dying. VO2 max.
Next, the long run. So the long run is also done at an easy pace, and as it says, it's basically a long run. So this run in the program is going to be crucial in building your leg endurance, so your legs can deal with running the longer kilometers. That should be plenty of energy for today, hopefully anyway. It also helps you deal with the head noise that you got to work with when you're running the longer kilometers as well.
Let's go, we just kicked off the 16k. Got the lads joining us today. Let's go, 6k's in. Let's go. 16. Kenzo finished up his race.
Oh shit, man. Gonna take a shit.
So it's just me and Kizzy left. Almost there. Fighting demons now.
And finally, this isn't run related, but I'm also going to try fit in a strength session. Since the strength session is not my priority, I'm not going to be too fast if I miss one or not. If my body feels like it needs the rest, I'm going to listen to my body and take the rest. But a strength session of mine would usually look like a bit of weights. I'll usually split the upper or lower body, but if I don't have time to get to the gym, I'll just be doing resistance bands at home, because resistance bands is more than enough than what I'll need right now. Gonna do the ice bath to recover for the week coming up. We're gonna aim for 3 minutes.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Shit, this is cold, man. I just finished that ice bath, and that was probably one of the coldest ones I've ever done. coming out of it, I feel so refreshed, and I can see why people get addicted to doing ice baths.
Today's our rest day, but we're still going for our walk to get those steps in. My wife and I are unintentionally matching, black and white.
We've got a 5.5k run at an easy conversational pace, so nothing crazy today. Since Sunday's our very long run, the Sunday run's got a nice 18k, so really warm up to the half marathon kilometers now.
Let's go, we're about 2k's in. I just feel super locked in. We're only a couple of weeks out now, and I just feel like a man on a mission.
I just jumped on the scale after my run today. I was honestly shocked by the scale, what it was reading out. We're sitting at 82 kilos. I don't think I've ever been that light since I was in high school.
Alright, so today we've got a big 18 kilometers today. We're gonna get some breakfast into us, and this is what I'm gonna be eating today.
2 pieces of toast, and I'm going to put some peanut butter on here. Hey, what you doing, my boy? Pop some bananas on here. I think I'm gonna top it off. This is pure energy food right here. We actually got some gels as well today that I'm gonna try out for race day, because I've never actually tried gels before, so I'm testing out a couple of different brands. Hopefully it'll not give me an upset stomach.
Scott, we just kicked off this big 18k. I was thinking it was just going to be a regular run, but it's actually a progressive run, so we're actually picking up the pace a bit today. I'm going to aim to try and take this gel around the 45-minute mark, just so I don't bonk out. Just finished the warm-up, 45 minutes in. I'll take one of these now. It's been about 10 minutes, my body seemed like it's wrapping okay. I'm gonna finish the rest of it. 10k's in, feeling pretty good. That gel definitely gives a big boost to your legs. 8 more to go. 15k's in, feeling real good. I'm able to hold the average pace for about 5:15. So wrapped up that 18k's at an average of 5:30. I honestly thought that I would have got a bit closer to where I needed to be at 5:20. So we're tapering off now for the next 2 weeks. So hopefully we give ourselves enough time to recover for the 21 kilometers. It's time to enjoy the fruits of the labor.
We're going to be doing the ice bath again. We're going to aim for another 3 minutes in it. I think this is super crucial to recovering for the next day after you do your long runs. I feel like if I didn't do these ice baths after a long run, my legs would just be completely shot for the next day. I just feel the benefits after you jump out of the ice bath is just, you wouldn't know until you actually try it for yourself, so put it that way. So we're almost at the halfway mark of the 30-day preparation, and I gotta say the training feels like it's going pretty good. I honestly thought that the body would have felt a bit more strained from such a short preparation time, but I think the body's responding alright to the program. But if there's one thing that I want to change about the program, is when I'm doing my run. For most of the program, I've been doing my run after work, and to be fair, my job is pretty labor intensive, so I felt like I was coming home to an empty gas tank. So to fix this, I had to channel my inner David Goggins and start running in the mornings.
22! Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
But we're here now at the Bay Run. Got a little light 10k run today. It's a rainy morning, so I think you're gonna have to get the ponchos out.
Cruising at about 5:45. Heart rate is staying nice and low. Definitely going to try and take it a bit easier today. The body has definitely been feeling it the past couple of days. I think I've really got to listen to my body and take these easy runs easy.
It also freed up my afternoon too. Like, I would come home from work and I would just have all this extra time that I didn't know what to do with. So it just helped a lot with balancing out training and living life.
I don't lie, this morning it was hard to get up. It's very cozy in bed. It's 4:30 in the morning. Everything in my body was telling me, just stay in bed. Like, why you gotta do this for? That's when the inner David Goggins has to come out and just
19!
got 14k's today. Nice easy conversational pace. We're at the point where we're starting to taper down in the program now, so we don't have to exert our body too hard. We're only a couple of weeks out to the half marathon. We're actually doing a night run tonight, just because today's Easter. We didn't have time to fit in our run we're here now getting it done.
So we're deep into the 30-day preparation now with only 5 workouts left. Now changing my runs to the morning was definitely a big game changer. At first it was definitely hard waking up in the mornings, but it was definitely worth it in the long run. There's just something valuable in getting your hard thing done in the morning, and the rest of the day just seems like a breeze. And I think this goes back to why I'm doing this in the first place. Doing hard things make regular life things easier. And I think changing my run to the morning definitely showed me that. Now since the rest of my workouts are tapering off, I'm not going to bore you with things that you've seen before. So we'll see you at athlete check-in.
Sick, bro.
Let's go, we're at the check-in now. I'm here with Bayag. Let's go. Bro, he got the worst sickness at the wrong time. He started vomiting and everything just the day before. He's gonna spam some hydrides and hopefully he's gonna feel better for tomorrow. Got the goods. The expo wasn't too busy or anything. There was only a couple of tents. Obviously the first one that we walked into was the Hoka tent. So they were actually showcasing some of their new models. Go get some. Go get some, bud. And you were actually able to try them on for size, and they had a couple of ones that you could try on. I was actually eyeing out, I believe, their race shoe. I almost got baited into giving that a go for tomorrow's race, but I think we'll stick with what we know right now and keep it with the Sauconys. After that tent, we walked over to the check-in. We picked up our race bibs. We pretty much walked over to where they were giving out freebies. So we got a couple of freebies. They gave out a Celsius drink. They gave out a little coconut berry bite for nutrition, one of the gels as well. And they even gave out sunscreen as well. But this whole week here in Sydney has been pretty gloomy, so I think it's good that the race day has come out, good weather, and it should be a good day tomorrow. It was good to see the finish line area, just to wrap the head around what the event's going to be like tomorrow. And I think it's going to be super fun. So just got to trust the training and know that the hard work that we put in is going to pay off at the end of the day. So let's do it. See you on race day.
Good morning. It's race day. It's 5:26 right now. The sleep was okay last night. I wouldn't say it was the best sleep. I was definitely tossing and turning a bit last night, thinking about today. It was a decent sleep. I wouldn't say I was restless or anything. So we're just gonna pump some breakfast now, try to eat something before the race, and then we're gonna get everything ready. Then we're gonna head over to the city. Let's go. I got a spare shirt and a spare beanie for after the race. So our group time was actually meant to take off at 7:48. So we decided to get to the city around 7 o'clock. I gotta say, there wasn't too many people on the train that I saw that were going to do the race. But as soon as we got into the city, we got off at St. James. Hundreds of people already in line to get ready to go for the race. It was actually lucky that we had scoped out the place beforehand, just so we had a rough idea of where the start line was gonna be. Because I think if we were doing that in the morning, we would have been panicking much more. So we pretty much walked over to the other side of the start line and dropped our bags off.
Is that next to you?
Enjoy, guys.
Thanks, boss.
We were also meeting up with one of our other boys, Sam. He was actually already closer to the start line. It was just all a chaos. I felt like this morning period was just very rushed, and I felt like it could have gone a lot better. We didn't even give ourselves much time to warm up, so we were really setting ourselves up here.
Bruh, it's been a mad rush, eh?
We were lucky to link up with Sam. We found him. From then on, the next 20 minutes, I wasn't sure what the hell was going on. They just had everyone in line, and then it was just filtering a couple people through. We were probably in that line filtering through for about 20 minutes. Finally made it through to the front of the line and got through. I had a strategy going in. As soon as I got to that starting line, I think that strategy just went out the window.
Let's go!
And what a first kilometer to run at. If there was one thing I could reflect on, is I wish that I could have soaked in the views and running on the road a little bit more. I think at that moment I was just too locked in, and I think Sam being there, he definitely pushed me along, and I felt like I had to keep up with him, but that didn't last long as soon as we hit that next kilometer. So we're here now at the 5th kilometer, and this is where I took my first gel. Now my fueling strategy, I was planning to take it at 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 15 kilometers. Honestly, at this point, I was feeling good. The first 5 kilometers, I was keeping a good solid pace with Sam. We were pushing at about an average pace, just over 5 minutes per kilometer. Now Sam's actually done the Sydney Marathon and he actually pumped that. So having him there by my side actually helped a lot. One big thing that this Sydney Hoka Half had a lot of elevation, and those who ran it, you know what I was talking about. Every hill that we ran through was just a calf burner. So Sam gave me the strategy of pumping it up the hill and then just letting gravity take us down the hill, because since we're a little bit bigger runners, we can gain a little bit more speed on the way down.
What a view this is.
The body's still feeling good. I honestly felt like I was keeping up good with Sam. He was pushing a very good pace. Now I had already taken my second gel by this point. Now the vibes and the energy of the whole race was just on point. It definitely gave a big boost to a lot of the runners, including myself. You had music stations at certain points, you had people supporting, you had a lot of people with signs. There was some funny signs as well. There was one that I saw, it said therapy was also an option too. Now 13 Ks in, this is when I first started feeling a little bit of cramping in the calves. And I think it's because I haven't pushed a fast pace for that long, or my nutrition was just off. I tried to make sure I carb loaded during the week, or I was just pushing it way too hard too early into the race. I actually tried to pop my gel a little bit earlier than this, just because I could feel my calves starting to cramp up a little bit more. I don't know if I did it in time. Now, after the 15th, pretty much every aid station that we were at, I was looking for electrolytes. About the 17th kilometer, my calves were just giving out.
Cramping up. There's 4 Ks left. Cramping. Fuck, we're cramping up. There's 4 Ks left. Cramping.
They were fully seized up, so I had to stop and I had to make sure I tried and stretch. And I was actually worried at this point that I wasn't going to finish the race, but we stretched it out, we persevered, and we just pushed through. Everything in my body was telling me, bro, stop, your calves are about to tear. I knew that I was so fixed on trying to get this race done, and every step that I took was just all pure will, and I just knew that I wanted to get to that finish line.
19! Oh, big son!
Now those who ran it, this probably was a big mental killer as well. Coming past out of the domain there, and then you had to turn left to go to Macquarie Street. You knew what you were up for.
The calves are cooked, chat. We're almost there. It's all a mind game now.
That last hill on I think it was the 19th kilometer was just disgusting. It was just pure head noise.
Because you are a finisher. Congratulations to you, Best argument.
Shout out to the guy on the mic who said you are a finisher, because that honestly pushed me through to get through to that finish line, because my calves were ready to go. And we made it to the finish line.
Our partners that are joining you today.
Yeah.
Sound Calls booth. They've got
Ray.
$70 discount. Coffee and claw machine you can get involved in as well.
The man.
Grab yourself some free.
Now I've still got a high from just re-watching this, you know. I never knew what people would talk about when they would say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a run and complete a run. But after finishing only a half marathon, I know what people talk about when they say that, oh, it's such a feeling that you can't describe. To a lot of people, it's just like, why are you gonna go run for? Why are you gonna put yourself through a 21 kilometers or for a full marathon, 42 kilometers? Why are you going to put yourself through that, you know? But it's about the feeling of what you get after. You put the work in. The race day is the celebration. It's something that you couldn't describe to a person who hasn't done it before. So just some final thoughts on the whole race and all of it. We did manage to get close to our goal. We got sub 2 hours. We finished it in 1 hour 55. In other words, we finished that at our 5:26 pace. I feel like if I didn't cramp up and focus on my nutrition a little bit more, I probably would have gotten that goal. But for someone who only prepared with 30 days, I think that's a pretty good achievement. I'm happy with myself, and that sense of achievement of working hard to something and then achieving it is definitely something I'm addicted to. And I think you can apply that in all walks of life, not just physically. And I think this is only the start. Once you completed a half marathon, I think the only next stage is a full marathon. So let's go, I'm coming for you, full marathon. Thanks for watching.